Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I've learned as I've grown into the person that I am today. And I'm literally filming two Peterisms videos back to back because on Wednesday we are going to Alex's friend's viewing, so we will be gone most of the day. And I wanted to film a video and have it up for over here. And it's interesting because I was looking in the book, Meditations for Living in Balance, Daily Solutions for People Who Do Too Much, and I was crying a little bit in my last video. It's like, I don't know why I'm so emotional today, but I have been real emotional. Do you just have those days where you're just like, what the hell? Why am I so emotional today? And it's not like a good emotional, it's not like a bad emotional, it's just emotional. It's like you feel things like 10 times deeper, you know? I'm like, there's where I am today, like, and that's okay, you know, like, I accept that today, and I welcome it in, and I'm so thankful that I can actually feel feelings, you know, and be able to, like, verbalize them, and just be like, yeah, I feel this way, and I feel that way, and cry when a song comes on, and I'm just so damn grateful for that today. There was so much in my life where I wasn't able to feel, or I wouldn't let myself feel in front of other people out of embarrassment or shame, and that's just stupid, you know? Life is not a dress rehearsal. There is somebody out there, I do not know who you are. I need to look your name up, okay? But she literally once a week on Instagram posts pictures of how much progress she's made in her journey in life, and she always tags me in there. She says, because Peter Monn says life is not a dress rehearsal. Damn it, that is the truth. And listen, okay? I didn't come up with that. It's basically, I mean, I've heard that a lot in my life, but it's basically a spin-off of Annie Mame in the movie Annie Mame with Rosalind Russell. She says, life is a smorgasbord, and some poor suckers are starving to death. And she says it at the very, very end when she's like walking up the stairs, and she's taking her nephew's son on a trip around the world. She's like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna go travel and we'll be back. And he goes, make sure that you have him back make sure you have him back by Labor Day in time for school. And she goes, Labor Day, when is that? March. And she's like, and her attitude towards life is just live life. Life is not a dress rehearsal. And you know, I really, really believe that so firmly. And, you know, it's sad to say, this isn't even the meditation, but it's sad to say, I did this Q&A recently, and this question was on there, and I didn't even answer it, but somebody said, what is the most valuable lesson that you've ever learned in your entire life, and what had to happen for you to learn that lesson? The most valuable lesson I've ever learned in my entire life, hands down, is that life is not a dress rehearsal. The fact that I had to lose my mother as a result of learning that is painful, you know? I wish I had known it another way, but I say this all the time. I don't learn my greatest lessons through successes. I learn my greatest lessons through pain sometimes. I miss my mother dearly. I wish I could have her here and not have learned that lesson, honestly. But the reality is she's gone, and she had to die young. And she had to die without accomplishing a lot of the things that she wanted to do in life. For me to realize that life is not a dress rehearsal, that life is very, very short, that life is fragile, and that you have to make the most of each moment and each little thing, you know? Like watching Boo and Tucker over here, sleeping on the ottoman. Oh, Tucker just raised his head. So interestingly enough, I come across May 27th, which is a meditation in here that I hadn't read, and it's called What's Important. We have the task of building two things while we are in our physical lives. Our first task is to construct the physical reality in which we live. The second task is the creation of ourselves, of that very self that lives within this outer reality. Both sides require attention. Keeping the balance between them is a very sacred and demanding art. As soon as we forget one task, the other can capture us and make us its slave forever. Olga Karadidi. I'm very confused by this quote, I will just say. So we're going to read the meditation, and if I'm confused, we'll go back and reread it. There are many ways to look at what's important in life. What's essential, however, is to let ourselves see what's important. No matter how we conceptualize what's important for ourselves, the concept of balance is always in there someplace. Karadidi was told of two realities, both of which involved many factors. We need to live in our physical world. That's our reality. So we need to find, build, and develop a physical reality in which we can live, thrive, grow, and learn. Making our own peculiar, comfortable nest is essential for us. Yet, this process of creating our physical reality will never be satisfying for us if it is at the expense of our second reality, the creation of ourselves. The creation of ourselves demands that we go deep within, facing our demons, exploring our depths, and soaring with our infiniteness. We need the balance. Just looking at your life from the perspective of the construction of the physical reality and the creation of yourself, do you have balance? Okay, so I want to go back here and read the meditation again. We have the task of building two things while we are in our physical lives. Our first task is to construct the physical reality in which we live. The second task is the creation of ourselves, of that very self that lives within this outer reality. Okay, so what it's talking about in the first one is, what is your career? What is your job? What does your house look like? Where do you choose to live? Who are the people that you choose to live there? That's your physical reality, okay? That you live in every single day. Your car, where you live, what city you live in, how you live, the condition of your life, your style, all that kind of stuff. The second one is a creation of yourself. And what that means is, who are you deep down inside? What are the demons that you face? What are your fears? When you fall down and you get back up, do you learn from that lesson? Do you allow yourself to learn? Or do you continue just to be angry and bitter and negative towards the world? Do you choose to just not learn anything, right? It's a choice that we have every day. And so what they're saying in there in this meditation is that it's important to find balance between creating this physical reality and this reality of ourselves. And really what it's about is that so many of us focus on one without the other. Like, so many of us focus on, this is actually, the more I talk about it, a really great meditation, but it's going to be one that has to kind of like grow in my head for a while. You know, so many of us focus on this physical reality, building our house, having the dream house, building our career, having the academics to match that, having this great career that we love, right? And so we have all this over here. But we really aren't doing any inner development over here. We really aren't working on ourselves and doing inventory and taking a look at who we are and who we want to be and what fears keep us stuck and what resentments and anger and things keep us going. Like, we don't really look at that. We don't grow as a person. We don't read a lot of self-help books or do a lot of meditations. We just stay stuck, right? We're just kind of like flatlined as this person. It's like we got to 25 and then we stopped growing. The other thing is, though, that there are people like that are over here and they're just like real, like, you know, I love them, I do, and I got several friends like it, you know you are, okay? But they're real hippy-dippy, you know what I mean? And they're all the time over here talking about this, but like, they can't pay their bills, they don't really ever hold a job, they don't have really, they're always couch surfing and things like that. Okay, so it's about finding a balance between the two, and that's what it's talking about. I think that's fantastic, you know? I've never really looked at balance that way, as between like physical reality and like creative, constructive reality. I really like that kind of idea of finding that balance. I think that's true, you know? And I think in looking at people in my life that seem to be the most at peace or have the most, like, and I don't judge somebody for having the most, being that they drive, you know, a brand new Mercedes convertible or they live in $1 million house. I mean, it's hard sometimes, I'll be honest, like, to look at all that and be like, yeah, those people have it easier, they have it nicer than others. But I'm talking about people that just seem to just be so happy in life, so content, you know? But their physical reality seems to match their internal reality, if that makes sense. Like, who they are on the inside seems to match who they are on the outside. I guess we could really look at beauty that way as well. Anyway, I think it's a very interesting meditation. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.